Hi, welcome back. I'm Mary Jo, also known as Sojo, and this is my channel where I talk about all my quilty stitchy things. And today is my weekly update, number 73, and it is August 11th, 2024. So it's been another week. So what have I done? Well, I did get something quilted this week. I got my summer solstice quilt all quilted on the long arm, so it just needs binding. I finished the illusion pinwheel, or the pinwheel, disappearing pinwheel illusion from Missouri Star, which I did on What Will I Make series. I finished that quilt top. I fully finished some cross stitch items, which I made a little short from the mess that I had after I was done making all that. And well, I just did some other things. Now this week, I will say it was my birthday. So I did a lot of shopping. So I went to 3 different quilt stores, and I also bought things from 3 different stores. So I went shopping at 6 different stores for my birthday. So I got some haul videos coming up. Now, also, let's see. Now, I did get a question this week about whether I had already started getting stuff for my advent calendar, because last year I kind of put my own advent calendar together using the Missouri Star Black Friday sales. Now, no, I haven't done that, but like I said, last year I did that all in the Black Friday sales because they were really good sales. So if I do that again, that's probably what I'll do, is wait till then. But I also have some other things I'm considering doing, which are still advent calendar style, but a little bit different. Now, I'm not purchasing any advent calendars from any that are out there. It'll be another advent calendar that is kind of put together for me, but we'll let you know once I get there. December is still a little bit away, but I might do something just a little bit different than what I did last year, if I do it at all. So, I had asked last week if you all would be interested in seeing some, rediscovering my stash videos, just taking a look at my stash, seeing what I have through September, because I'm going to do a no-buy. And everybody that commented said, yes, they want to see my stash. So I will be doing those in December, but before I do that, I need to do one of my most requested videos, and that is a tour of my sewing studio. Now, I've been a little bit hesitant on doing that, just because, my sewing studio is ever evolving. As I get more things in and out, I'm always finding new ways, so I kept putting it off. Like, okay, well, let me get this more organized. Let me get that more organized. Well, here's the thing. I don't think it's ever going to be completely organized, because as soon as I organize one area, well, I need to go back to organize the other one. So sometime in September, I'm just going to do it as is. And as I've said before, this is the former dining room. So I still have dining room things in here too, which will be in that. So in September, I'm going to start off my rediscovering stash video by just be doing a tour, and you'll get an overview of where I store my stash, and then I'll start doing some videos where I actually pull things down and tell you what I had planned for some of these things. So now my no buy in September, my husband told me I'm kind of defeating the whole purpose by buying a bunch of stuff this month. But I was like, but it's my birthday month. I've got to buy me stuff. I'm important. So we'll see. Now, my no buy in September too, that's just for like new things. I am giving myself the leeway to buy things if I need something to finish one of my already existing projects. It's just I can't buy any new lines of fabric or anything like that. Now, we'll see if I can do that or not. It's going to be hard, but I'm going to try. Okay, so let's get on to what I quilted. I know it's been months since I had anything quilted, but I did get something quilted, and it's a biggie. So I'll hang it up in just a second. But this is what I quilted. It was the summer solstice paper piece pattern, foundation piece pattern. Now this was from, this is a Judy Niemeyer quilt. Now I did not use those fabrics. I picked out my own fabrics. So let's hang it up and take a look at it. And I think this is like 99 by 99 or 100 by 100, something like that. It's big. Okay, so I'm trying to do my best here to give you a look at what it looks like. I can't get back any farther. The center of it, over, and down. So I did quilt this with the sun scallop pantograph because since it's summer solstice, I thought the suns were good for it. Plus, it helped with some of the spikiness in the quilt. I thought that helped, or I thought that was kind of resembled some of that too. I don't know, maybe that shows it a little bit better. But that's the quilt. This is a completely foundation paper piece pattern. There is up at the top, and we'll come back down. So that just needs a binding. Now, what else did I finish? Well, I finished the quilt top for the Disappearing Pinwheel Illusion, which I did a What Will I Make series on, so let me hang that up and I'll show you that. And this is the Disappearing Pinwheel Illusion. And so in addition to the quilt top, I also made a pillow top that I will turn into a pillow after I get it quilted, because I quilt that quilt top and this all in the same quilting design. And then I will have a pillow to match the quilt. So let's see. What else did I do? Well, I worked on the Peaceful Baskets Block 4 from the Sew Sampler. And this is my block 4. So I have that all done. Now I also started working on putting the finishing together because I bought the kit. So it gives you the finishing when you buy the kit. So I'll show you that. But if you don't want to know, if you're a Sew Sampler member and don't want to know because the finishing kit doesn't come out till or the finishing instructions doesn't come out to the end, then look away. I'll tell you when you can look back. So here we go. This is what the first 3 blocks. Oops, that's upside down. Here we go. And we're almost done. Okay, you can look back. I've got that put down so you can't see it no more. But I did work on that as well. So, let's see. Now, as far as quilting goes, the only other thing I worked on was my leaders and enders quilt. I'll show you where I am on that. So this was the leftover pieces from the Cotton Cuts Gnome of the Month that I was doing. So Cotton Cuts, those gnomes were all pre-cut, and when they sent us to us, we got a lot of extra pieces. So I took the extra pieces and I started making a quilt top. This is where I am so far. Now I have all of my blocks put together, and I'm just starting to sew them together with some sashing and cornerstones. So that's where I am with that. So that's everything I worked on as far as sewing and quilting this week. Now let me move on to my cross stitch. Okay, so I have my easels because, as you know, I've been doing this Country Cottage Needlework Sampler of the Month. That is July. Oh, I have July and November. I should have had August on there. Oh well, I'll switch it later. But I needed to finish my November. Oops, that's not November. That's August. Where's my... Oh, that's what I did. Okay. Let's try this again. This is August. And then I finished my November, which I had already had back here. That's what it was. So I finished my November. And this is December. Here we go. And they just have magnets and washers on it so I can interchange them. And there's my December. So when I put this back, I'll put the September back on it. But yeah. So there's my August with all the sand castles and stuff. And my November with the turkeys and pilgrims and pumpkins and corn. And December, Mrs. Claus and gingerbread and snowflakes. So those are all done. Those sampler of the month. So last week I showed you I started working on the 9-patch series from Primrose Cottage, and I had shown you that I had done the Januaries, and I did 2 of these. And I had done 1 of the Februaries. This was February, so I finished the other February right there. And I started on the Marches. And this is March. Finished 1. And I'm working on the second one. So, that's where I am with that. Now, yarn. I'd shown you last week that I had made some washcloths and a dish towel stuff. I just had to finish the ends in, which I did that. And then I'm still trying to go through some of this kitchen yarn that I have. So I made some more washcloth. Now this is more with the scrubby type yarn. So I made this washcloth. I don't really like it because it's got the holes are too big in it, but that's okay, I'll use it. Then I just made this one. And this one. And I made this one. Just kind of using that yarn up. So after I got done with that, I started on a new sweater project. And this is the sweater project or cardigan that I'm going to do. It's right here. Now this is a black and white picture, so it's kind of hard to see. But this is more like a variegated yarn, and the trim is like a plain color, one color. Well, I'm going to do it a little bit different. I don't know if it's going to work or not, but you know, we'll find out. So I'm working on, if I can find it, I'm just working on the ribbing right now. So that's where I am. So that's going to be my ribbon, which is a pink. Now, I don't have a lot of pink. I only got 2 skeins of that. So for the body of the yarn, I didn't have enough of one color to do the whole body. So I'm going to do these green and white stripes. And then this will be kind of the trim. I don't know if it'll work out or not, but if it fails, it fails. No big deal. So I've got the yarn anyway. We'll just see what happens. So I'm working on that. Then, as I said, this week I had my birthday, and my son, who does a lot with a 3D printer, gave me some things. And let me show you what that is. See, this is my little hedgehog. So first of all, my son just gave me this, and I'm like, okay, what's this? And then they showed me pictures of it. And he just makes some little pom-poms or yarn, and you put down in here in glue, and then you make a little hedgehog. So I worked on those little things. There's one. Here's a bigger one. Here's my bigger hedgehog. Looks like a little chia pet. And I still have to glue that down. But there we go. So I did that. And then we come to diamond painting. Let me get my diamond painting. So this is the diamond paint I'm working on. Here's the picture, Sledding to Town. It's a legally licensed by Chuck Benson. And here's where I am. Now this is a big one. Now I did get a question this week about these weight rectangles that I have here. Now these are release papers because the person wanted to know what were these because hers always come with a plastic cover. And yes, all diamond paintings, including this one, came with a plastic cover. See, this is a plastic cover on it, and then you can take the plastic cover off. Now, and then I will put relief papers on, which are these. Now, I don't do the release papers for small ones like this, but I will do it for my big ones because they are big. And if you pull one section off at a time and do one section, it makes it much more manageable and easier to get through. And yes, these release papers are reusable. They just pull right off the adhesive and you can use and put them right back. You can get these off Etsy or Amazon. I know I got mine off Amazon, and some of them you could even get with different designs and things on it, but I'm just, you know, plain Jane kind of person. So I guess I just get the white ones and I use the white ones, and which that's what works for me. So, okay. So that is everything I worked on and completed this week. Till next time. Bye.